Ask some common Christians, are they against sodomy, idolatry, adultery? You give them some examples, they're gonna have their heads boggled and twisted, look at you side-eyed, like it doesn't exist in this country. You know, you have many. This place, this whole American place is perverted, man. Need judgment ASAP, but of course, the prophecies got to play out. But giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, a great millstone. Much salutation to the brothers teaching word for the hopeful elect, soon to be elect, most high will, to hope for extending elect, shalom, blessings. Revelation 11 and 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually, that word spiritually is a key word, is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Because, it's talking about America. America is a great city. Anywhere in the States, you got to have citizenship. So this whole place is a city. They call it a country. The United States, whatever they call it, it's a city. It's also known as Babylon the Great, the lady of the Chaldeans. I mean, the daughter of the Chaldeans. Because America is quite new according to the East world. This is, a new world. That's why they call it a New World Order. They called it the New World when they came over here, but, it wasn't really new because the inhabitants was already here. And it says they crossed the most high sun out. Yahweh Shai put Sageborgia up there, took the key principles of the Bible out, and worship demons and witchcraft. So, not for one bit do I believe Epstein is dead. All that, and they say he died on August 10th, 2019. They said I don't think the island has been seized, and taken out of it, pretty much, seized, I guess is the right word. Multi-millionaire dude, everybody was there, all these celebrities were there. These celebrities are wicked as hell. I'm a label this a I hate celebrities video. Hashtag I hate celebrities. They commit sodomy, adultery, idolatry, witchcraft, blood sacrifices. And, they shortly after, like 4 years later, they started investigating Diddy, and as they had built a case against him. And he became the guinea pig and the scapegoat for Epstein. They always pin it on the so-called black man. It's never a so-called black woman. It's always so-called black man. Even targeting so-called black men in this industry, whether they got to do with blackballing or paying amount of money, which it shouldn't be a factor that the black man sell out for that, because it says we would be redeemed without money. It said, Israel, you sold yourself for not. You don't supposed to sell yourself. Prostitution is an old practice, but our women selling their bodies is not it's not a part of our heritage. Basically, prostitution comes when you subject to these other nations, and you have to move into prostitution because if you have a nation and they have wealth and money, then they're going to take care of their children I mean, their family, their wives, their children. So that she wouldn't have to do that. So it's a practice, regarding um, something being off. Look at these ninjas. Look at these devils. You got that little Nas X dude, Jamie Foxx. These all ninjas that been addressed at Flip Wilson, and Flip Wilson's from the '60s, whatever, '70s, I think '70s. So it started then. What was this dude? Samuel Jackson. I don't know who this is. And you see he's standing in front of the star. So, you have to sell out. Then you had the Jada and Will Smith thing with their children, that Willow demon daughter, and who was the other one? I forget his name. Then you had, you got things like white chicks with, with the Wayans brothers, Kevin Hart. He's a damn, and it's easy for our people to do. You'd be like, damn, how do our people fall into this? And they're so intertwined with this behavior. You got demon ass Tyler Perry. And then the reason why, because it wasn't common for our people. And, especially coming from the hoods and the streets, because that's where a lot of these people come from. Say they got a black body of like I mentioned before, a church, a black body of entertainment, to where they feel comfortable around their own people. So they, even with these women, when they, like Carly Berry, she started off doing, I think Boomerang, black shows. She starred in the movie Baps. She played a crackhead in one video. They do a lot of these black movies. Even with Denzel, he played Mo Better Blues, and then they started moving up the ladder and started, becoming more famous, become more of a celebrity and celebrity status. So they start doing higher rated movies, which is involving Edomite production, so-called white people executive producing the movies, even probably getting their own show. A lot of these young black actresses start in these soap opera shows that go back to Esau hiring them as a starring a guest star, and then they move up and get their own show or whatever, but they'd already sold out. It's terrible, man. It's the worst Israel ever been. The worst state Israel ever been. You got Martin Lawrence. I didn't even know Jay Farrow, whatever. I didn't know it was him. Vin Diesel. I don't know if he's a Jake or not, but I don't think he's just completely. I don't think he's an Edomite. I don't know what. I think once before I heard that he had a black father. This is crazy. You got Arsenio Hall, and you got Eddie Murphy, some of the leading ones of that new generation. Because like I said, this was happening before Eddie Murphy, and before some of those top actors, actresses, performers, whatever, singers. It was happening before, but they always get a new breed of sellout. Look, Chris Tucker, and he was involved in the Epstein files, as well as a lot of other people, Mary J. Blige, and it's just wild, man. And this is only in Israel. Like, I mean, I'm talking about the Wesley Snipes. Come on, man. As far as portrayed this way, as far as the magnitude of this ill behavior is only shown in Israel. Push to do this. Um, then you got, you know, them whole new batch of people coming out saying that they, like Bratton finally came out, Queen Latifah saying that they either bi or they're lesbians and they're married to, they got a wife and all that. Most High gonna destroy this place like through and through with fire, man. That's the only answer for this behavior, man. That's the only answer for this corruption, man. You got Young Thug and shit. And then they could be gangsters anytime they want. They could just go back to being gangsters in an instant. Let that happen in the real hood. You can't come back from that. So these niggas get to, they get to be seen in front of people, praised in front of people, have the prettiest women, and they fucking demons and fuck boys and perverted sodomites, man. And best believe they do more than sodomy. I mean, they do blood sacrifices, man. These people are evil. They eat swine. They lie down with beasts. Yeah, our own people. There's some more key ones. And Kendrick Lamar, he's another, he's kind of like Cat Williams. He's another black, so to speak, icon that maneuvers through the industry, promoting blackness and, keeping, that, so to speak, edge of, I would say, playing both roles, because there ain't no way I think one time he took with him like 10, 15 awards or something like that. I forget how many. You ain't gonna get that many fucking awards unless you sold out some shit. And these are devils. Like, they'll get mad if you know what I'm saying? They build a brotherhood within the industry. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these ninjas and niggas are ill behaved toward their fans. Cause they don't care about their fans, man. That's all, even though that's the first people they think, or the main people they think, they don't care about their fans. As long as they getting that paycheck, that money, and remain famous. And all the rappers are whores. I mean, all the female rappers are whores. All the males are drug dealers and pimps and gangsters, and they're sodomites. So, Ricky Smiley, And it's weird with him because I don't think he's choice gay, but I think he just likes playing a grandmother, which is kind of weird and shit. But all these people, man, all these fucking people, man. And, it's a scripture that says the stars shall fall from heaven. It's talking about these people, man. And that Brandon T. Jackson, we saw him in Hollywood one time. Look at this dude, man. He's actually in Studio City in Cali, which is the Valley. RuPaul, that demon, that's a sure demon. You can go on and on with this though. And then Denzel recently said he kissed an Edomite and shit. Like, it's over, man. It's over, man. And they pay these people to murder people or sacrifice people. These are high witches. A lot of these are high witches, man. And then they'll get rid of you. Like they got rid of him. But anyway, I mean, if they want to hide a case and and then you got some women that just they're not really forefront sellout for the elites, but they just whores. So nobody, at least not really worried about them. They get passed around, like Jennifer Lopez, you know, like I believe Regina King and Regina Hall, all them, they just get passed around. Mary J. Blige is one of them. Lil Kim, all them bitches was getting passed around. But I don't believe he's dead. I believe that they just made up a story to cover up the story so nobody, just leave it alone. Because, the elites are attached to this. He's an elite figure. And this is what they do. What I get. Isaiah 3:9, it talks about our people, but you can relate it to them too. The show of their countenance do witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil to themselves. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings, because they be talking shit, and they're one of the main shit talkers of the earth, as well as the black woman. They go hand in hand, basically. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him. No, but woe to the wicked, it shall be ill with you, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. It's madness. And we in a place to where the truth says our prophets, prophets basically out there, and we're the bad guys, we're the evil ones. But yeah, you got all this madness and all this this ill behavior of sodomy and pedophilia and witchcraft and if you trick somebody, they label that a crime in America. Or you deceive somebody, that's basically a crime. Like you could take somebody to court for that. But it's deception in this place all day long. And you really can't say nothing about it because Israel likes to be deceived. It says, prophesy deceits, basically tell us lies, man. It's like a damn woman. She want to be lied to. Tell me I'm the only one you want. It was a song called "Pretend." I think it was Rihanna. She said, "Pretend that I'm the only girl in the world." You know what I'm saying? That I'm the only girl in the world. Like they wanted their fantasy. Like, and that most of the time that's not true with men. Especially celebrity, you can forget about it. You see Chris Brown, Most High might be on the way to destroy him. You see, he's committing adultery. He basically kissing and sleeping with men's wives, man. You got to be a fuck boy. You got to be a real fuckhead, a real demon, and to be sleeping with another man's wife, especially when there's more women in the world than men. They said there's this one female that a brother did on his channel said this. I think she said 1,000 women, maybe 100, maybe I forget, but 100 or 1,000 women to every one man. And these ninjas, all they do day long is talk about how they want another man's woman and shit. You fuck. I hope the Most High drops missiles right on your forehead, man. Right on the top of your head, your crown. I hope you die a miserable death. I hope you get ate by worms. I hope when that bomb hit, that every one of your cells will feel the fire of that shit, man. I hope you be that Sarah Connors, I'm talking about when she had that dream. She was standing at the gate and standing at the fence, and she got blown up over and over again, and she felt every you know inch of that every stench of that flame. I hope your body rot from inside out, man. You damn adulterers, man. You know you niggas are the reason, a part of the reason why the earth is fucked up, as well as how the black women are raising their children. You're a part of the damn chaos and the problem. Yeah, I wonder why it is like this in the ghetto. Cause you sleeping with other men's wives, man. And just because he's a nigga or something, he's up to no good, you still can't sleep with his wife. That's his possession. That's his property. I don't care. You can't make an excuse to sleep with another man's wife, man. Just like you can't make an excuse to be a sodomite, man, or anything else, or a sinner. You know, yeah, our righteousness is filthy rags, but we're gonna do the law to the best of our ability, man. That's why we have this such thing as Sabbath and other laws that we try to keep to our best of our ability, man. You know, but and then you got people that love um, internet, social media, and they love the entertainment so much as if you don't entertain, if you're not jumping through hoops and doing tricks, they don't watch you. That's why they be like, GMS is boring. You know, they like IUIC with the fancy garments and the movement and Black Pride and marching for the people that died in the places. Most High said, "Let the dead bury the dead." I mean, Yahweh Shai said, "Let the dead bury the dead." He said, it said in scriptures, "Pray not for a sinner." These people are sinners. These people are out there, sleeping and creeping and committing adultery and tied into the Illuminati, tied into the Masonry. That dude Nolan Wells, he's into that lifestyle, man. You're not supposed to pray for that dude. And he probably seen the prophets. He probably he probably know the truth. I'm pretty sure they do. Everybody knows the cat's out the bag. So, we at the end times, because nobody really has an excuse right now. You have a few people that don't use social media, like, damn, I never heard of the truth. And the Most High blinded them too. They'll get blown up too, because if you would have ran into somebody, because the spirits are active now, man. The spirit is moving. This place, it's a vibration out there. It's a vibration of the spirits out there moving. So even if you was in a remote place, living under a rock off the grid, a spirit is gonna come up on you, be like, you know what? Let me go to the city one time to visit my friend, visit my family for one time, or get some this certain type of whatever type of herbs or something that they sell in the city. I'm familiar with. You gonna run into some Israelites, or you gonna run into the truth. Hell, they even still use their cell phones some kind of way. Because you gotta know what's the use of all this technology, and you live off the grid and you don't got no phone and no access to the internet. What's the use of having that when you need shit, you need resources, you need connections. They had this one man, he went underground. But he took his computer and some access with him. So, because he was planning to go down there until the bombs go, and bombs fly, and then when the radiation settled down, he planned to come out. That was his plan. That was a stupid plan, but that was his plan. And then, but they caught him because they picked up his connection or something like that. I forget exactly how, but he took all that down there so he can monitor what's going on out, so he'll know when to come out. Because how would he know? So that it's a catch-22 living off the grid. That's why we say that's why Yahweh Shai said he's in the world, he's not of the world. You know, dealing with the properties, dealing with the citizens, dealing with the people and shit. You know, dealing with the elements. And a lot of our people try to do that. They try to like, I'm just celebrities. I don't, I don't go down. I'm not seen. They hopping in and out of limousines from one red carpet to another, blue carpet, whatever the fuck carpet they on. They don't really come outside no more. But to sign autograph, whatever, seen by their fans, and they dip back in. Inside and all that. And they got bunkers too. They probably renting out bunkers and shit. Y'all gonna die in them bunkers, man. And the ones that so-called live in those bunkers, you gonna get pulled out of them bunkers, man. Because the Most High said, though they dig in hell, my hand will bring them out. Meaning his powers, his beloved elect, he's gonna give powers to bring y'all asses out of there. And though you climb into heaven, he gonna bring you down. So there ain't no place for you adulterers, you idolaters, you sodomites, you backstabbers, you wolves in sheep's clothing, you murderers, you pedophiles, you monsters. It ain't no fucking escape from you. It says the wicked shall not go unpunished, man. Can't wait the Most High get you devils, man. Acting like everything is cool and nothing's wrong and shit. And then the prophets out on the streets warning you because they care for souls. We don't care for you demons. We care for the souls. Because the Most High said, hey, man, he don't, what did he say? He pleasure not in the death. He's the power of the living. So he's like, well, who's ever alive out there, let him come forth. Hopefully he'll come into the truth. But y'all motherfuckers are trying to prolong this place and trying to hide away from judgment. And then so y'all could be an elite figure later on in life or in this future. Y'all definitely wicked as hell, man. And all this stuff going on, and y'all hate the prophets but love everybody else. Y'all ain't saying nothing about nobody else. Everybody running free. Yeah, man, well, whatever. Like, what the fuck? Jake ain't never saying nothing about those rats over there that do this type of shit. People on the ground that do this type of shit. The celebrities that do, knowing damn well they're wicked. They got a whole video about them being a witch. She's a great entertainer. It ain't nah. People know Beyonce is a witch. They know Erykah Badu's a witch. They know Suki Hana is a hoe. They know Sexy Red is a hoe. They tell you themselves, and they ain't got no problem with it. Our people ain't got no problem with it. The women ain't got no problem with it. Do your thing, bitch. Get your money, get your bag. Yeah, our people are wicked. Desperately wicked. The heart is who can know it. That's why there's nothing but solution, which is, how you use solution to clean up, to clean your house or clean the bathroom. Well, the solution is fire for these wicked ass people, man. Just like it was in days of Noah. Shalom.